This is day 4 of our 30 days AI automation challenge. So today we will complete the workflow we started yesterday, and then I will explain JSON and the 5 data types that we will be using in n8n. So let's go to the cloud. I've been getting a lot of questions. The people using mobile, you can still use it on the cloud, meaning go to n8n.io and sign up, then you can use it. The reason why we're hosted it locally is for us to be able to use it beyond the 14 days and not just be limited to the 14 days trial. So if you don't have a laptop for now, you're fine. Use the cloud. In fact, for all of us today, let us use the cloud to do this, because I don't want to take us through creating Google Cloud account to do what we're about to do today. So everybody, for today, let's use the cloud account, meaning your n8n.io, you've signed up there, log in there. That is what we're using today. So here is the landing page or the UI of our n8n. We want to add the first step. We added this yesterday, right? So add the first step and add the on form submission. Okay, so add your form submission and you need to fill up this. So the thing we want to do today is we want to create an on form submission that will take data and then fill it inside a Google Sheet for us. So as we are filling the form, we want it to be transferred into a Google Sheet for us to just see how data moves from one node to another in n8n. So the same thing we created yesterday, I to save my time, I have it here. So just come in there. I gave the form title, salary data sets, then had the form elements, first name, the label to his first name, the element type is text. Had another element, last name, and then it is also text. Add the third one, email. The label this time around is email. The element type is email. If you don't choose email as the element type here, it won't be able to check and be sure that the person has supplied correct email. So we choose email here as the element type. We added another field, salary, and the element type is drop down. We want to use a drop down. So the people filling the form will just click on the drop down and it will show them the options. Then add two options. Option one, 0 to 800K. Option two, 800K plus. That's what I added here. And the last one, okay, I think that's fine. We don't even need to add one more. Or let's add one more form element and say message or instruction or anything. So I use message. Maybe we just want to type something there. And then the element type is also text. And that's all. So right now we have created the form. Okay, we've created a form. We did this yesterday. I'm just doing it again. We created a form and we can test the form. All right. If you want the form to start to work, you will click on execute step. So let me click on execute step. It will open up the form. Then I can just fill the form here. I'll fill the form here. And then the salary, because we said it should be a drop down, I choose this. Then I type something here, then you submit. This is a form that we've created. We've submitted the form. So look at the node here now. This is the input I explained yesterday. This is the configuration, and this is the output. So what we filled in there has now been written here, and we can view it in schema, in table, in JSON. So we did this yesterday. So this is the first node here on form submission. So what do we want to do? We want whatever we fill in here to be stored in an Excel worksheet, in a Google worksheet, anywhere. But we are going to be using Google Sheets today. We want it to be stored in a Google Sheet. Maybe something should not happen at the end of the day to those information. So we want to add another node here, and we are adding sheets. I'll just put sheets here so that it can show me Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. So I'm using Google Sheets, and we are appending or update role in a sheet. So I selected that. The information coming from the form submission is now our new input, and this is the configuration for the Google. So you can come in here and create a new credential so that you can add your own Google account to the n8n. So in case you want to do something with your Google, it will recognize it here. So you can click on new credential and sign in with Google. You notice that yesterday while we were trying to do this on local, the anytime we hosted locally, it wasn't bringing up this because you need to create your credentials in Google Cloud. But I don't want to take us, to that one now and not get confused. But if you're using the cloud, you just sign in with your Google account. It will open up and then ask you to log into your Google account and it will be connected to n8n. So I say continue and I'm connected. It's saying connection successful. So that means my Google account has been connected here. So next time I want to use it, I will see it here. I have two here because I did it before. So you have it there anytime you want to still connect to your Google account. But let's quickly go to Google Sheets. You can go to sheet.google.com on your mobile or your laptop to create a sheet. This one, I believe we should be able to do this, right? So create a simple Google Sheets. I gave it a name, n8n test. Then I put the headers as the information coming from my form. So I added first name, last name, email, salary, and message. What you need here is take note of the name you've given your sheet here. So I gave my n8n test. So if we come back here now, let's come back here and continue. Okay, I think it's here. Yeah. So here now we need to map this with the form, but you also need to choose the document you are adding the information to from your Google Sheet. So if you come to from list and click on this drop down, choose, it will list all the sheets you have in your Google Sheet. So this is the one I want to use, n8n. So I have selected the sheets I want to connect it to. Then, our sheets can have many worksheets here, but there is only one here called sheet one. If I have multiple sheets here, I will see it, then I can decide which one am I actually connecting it to. So sheet from list, it has just one. So sheet one, look at it. So it's now connecting this to my Google Sheets. Then I can now begin to map what should go inside first name, last name, email, salary, and message here. See, after connecting it, I have this and it's showing me values to send. It has brought up all the headers in my Google Sheet, first name, last name, email, salary, message. So what should go in here? I'll come to the input here, drag the first name here and drop it there and say whatever is being dropped inside first name, put it in the first name in the Google Sheet. You see, everything moves in n8n using JSON. Okay, so it has typed it here. Last name too, I drag it there. Email, I drag it here. Salary, I drag it there. Message, I drag it here. Message, yeah. All right. So I have been able to map everything here. So I have been able to drag the input and say whatever that is coming in from the input, let it go in here. So if I had another entry, it will come in here as the second row. Okay. So we're just doing that small thing for now. So I've added all this. And if I execute this now, if I execute this step, you watch out for the output here. Look at it. It's saying the column to match on parameter is required. What is the meaning of this? You need something to act as the primary key, something that will differentiate one entry from another entry. So this is it, the column to use when matching. So what is likely going to be the unique identifier here? That is what? The email. So it will look for the email, preventing two people from submitting their form. So it will check if that mail exists. It will not be able to add another entry with the same email. So it needs something to use to match the rows. Okay, so we've selected email here. Now let's execute it. So we are executing it now. Look at it. It's saying the output, everything is sorted. If we go back to our Excel sheet here now, look at it. It's in. I did not even do anything. So what we submitted inside anything is now here. So this is a simple thing that we can do. So if I close it and if we run this again, if it executes this flow again, it will ask me to fill another form. Now decide and say, after getting their mail, what should happen? I mean, getting their form, what should happen? Something else should happen. That's how you build the flow. And the info moves from one node to another using JSON. So that would take me to JSON. So the essence of doing this is just to explain JSON and data types. So JSON is the universal standard, is that way to identify and organize information so that different computer systems and AI models can talk to each other. So that is JSON. So and LLMs are trained on JSON. So they understand it exceptionally well because it is structured and universal. So you're moving from a node form submission to node Google Sheets. JSON is the data universal standard for moving those data from one point to another. JSON itself means JavaScript object notation. Like I said, it's the organizational framework and it uses key and value pair to label information. Just look at the picture I put here. Name and then what's the name of the person? Nate is shipping it, pushing it forward so that there won't be any mix up. And there are 5 different data types that we'll be working with in anything. Number one is strings. This is just text. So if I'm pushing text from one place to the other, a name of a person, an address of a place, you're writing short, anything that has to do with text, you put it inside the double quotes. It is strings to anything. Number is number. Age of a person, height of a person, salary of a person, it is number. So number is also a data type. The third one is Boolean. Boolean is true or false. True or false. Is this person married? True or false? Is this person responsible for doing this? True or false? So Boolean is for true or false. And those are individual shipments. We also have the remaining 2 data types, and they are arrays and objects. So these ones handle more than one piece at a time. So for an array, you are talking about a list. So for example, you've got item 1, item 2, item 3. So there are 3 different lists that you are pushing, you're moving together from one node to the other. It's an array. Okay, so that's another data type. And the last one is the object. Okay, the object is usually wrapped in the curly braces, so it can contain different data types. So this is like a record in quotes. So you have a name of a person, Nate. The age of that person, 23. Is the person an adult? True. So you are shipping this in form of your raw JSON. So this is an object itself. So there are 5 data types that we've mentioned, okay, and then we said data moves from one to another in JSON format, which is the universal standard way that LLM understand very well. So this is the end of today's class. Your assignments complete the simple workflow we did. Make sure you complete it. Share your comments, share your take home in the comment. If you're able to do it, put it in the comments and then update your accountability document. Engage with 2 other people here. Let's keep going. Tell me about JSON, what you understand by JSON and the different data types that we have. So we're moving slow and steady. Tomorrow we are going to look at expressions and variables, and then we'll keep going from there. There will be weekly projects. So at the end of week 7, you have like a project that you will do. And I'm still thinking of a way to maybe we can have a leaderboard, and then we get little gift for best students. So let's keep learning. Let's keep going.